So, ladies and gentlemen, we witnessed Katie. What up, man? Salute to you, my brother. And guys, please remember to hit the like button. Also, you have to remember that we have a donation link for those that want to donate to the platform. All right, the donation link is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and donate to the platform if you choose, yes, to do so. If you are led to do so, just know the Cash App is open. The PayPal is open, and also the Zelle information is there as well. Like and share the video. And yeah, man, let's get into the content, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We're going to examine the thoughts and opinions and react to Dionne Jackson Miller. There's some things she said that I agree with, and there's some other things she said that I'm like, I don't know. I feel, I feel differently about that. So let's hear what she has to say.
So, should the Portmore become Jamaica's 15th parish or not? What do you think? Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Dionne Jackson Miller. Time for tea.
Time for tea.
So the governing Jamaica Labour Party has used its majority in Parliament to pass a bill in the lower house of representatives so far that would see Portmore becoming Jamaica's 15th parish. The opposition, PNP, opposes this. I actually am pretty neutral about this idea of making Portmore a parish. I don't think that's a real issue. Two of the real issues for me rather are process, the way in which this is done, and also the very specific issue of direct election of mayor. Because right now what we have is that the opposition is saying, okay, you pass this in the lower house against our wishes. If we get back into Parliament, we're just going to roll it back. We're going to make sure that Portmore is not a parish. We're going to go back to the way things were. And this really is no way to govern, especially with something as important as this, right? There needs to be another way to find some kind of solution to this one. The other thing is, I haven't seen yet put forward in any serious way the idea of, okay, how about Portmore being a parish but keeping direct election of mayor? And I think that should actually be something that would be really interesting to talk about, and it might also be something that could lead to some kind of resolution between PNP and JLP as well as the community members.
Bingo! That is an excellent argument that Dionne Jackson Miller just made. Why did they change Portmore and not give the people an option to keep their pause of electing their own mayor? Maybe this could have run even more smoothly, Maybe if they had done that, people wouldn't think that this is gerrymandering, But in all intensive purposes, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say that this just blatantly looks like gerrymandering at this point. All the evidence is there. One, they took away that right of the people of Portmore. And two, the actual border of Portmore now is going to be changed. The actual border of Portmore is going to be changed, based off the bill, And that there, ladies and gentlemen, is unconstitutional. It is unconstitutional. Let's continue.
First, let's remember a little bit about the history of how Portmore came to be a municipality, right? So the website says that it was created by an Act of Parliament on June 19, 2003. So that's just over 20 years ago, about 22 years ago, right? And they said that was a culmination of 9 years of agitation by citizens who had petitioned the government. And they're not kidding, trust me, there was meeting after meeting, there was town hall after town hall, there were radio programs, TV programs, articles in the newspaper. I know because I facilitated some of those discussions.
So ladies and gentlemen, therein lies the evidence of why the people of Portmore are upset with the government for taking away that unique right that they had to actually vote for the mayor that they wanted to vote for. You see why the people are upset? You see what? 9 years of deliberation, And this government just decided, you know what? Forget y'all. Middle finger to the ear. Period. I don't care what you guys think. I'm going to do what I want to do because it serves me, the Jamaica Labour Party. And this is why this is episode 1 of Surviving Andrew Wallace. I'm telling you. Because this man is unconscionable. His whole administration is unconscionable. They do not care what the people of Jamaica think. They do what they want to do because they have a majority in the house, and that's it. They don't care. They claim that they had all these consultations. It took Portmore 9 years to get that unique democratic space that they had. And in a matter of months, the destructive, wicked JLP destroyed it and took the power away from the people. And I am not saying anything that is not accurate. Every single thing I just said is on point. Everything. 9 years enough to reach that status of democracy where they could choose their mayor. Consultation after. Listen, I have family in Portmore. I have spoken to my family. They have the pride in knowing that they can choose the mayor that they want. They have the comfort in knowing that they can choose the mayor that they want. And this wicked, uncaring government took that right away from the people of Jamaica. And you see, all the laborites out there and the die-hearted laborites out there, you see, if you agree with something like that, watch when it reaches you. Watch when, and this is a hypothetical situation. Can you imagine the PNP wins and starts to operate like the JLP? And decides, listen, we're going to just gerrymander all over Jamaica because we have majority of the house. We're just going to go against the constitution because we have majority of the house and do what we want. So we can stay in power forever. Didn't Desmond Mackenzie say the JLP will not give up Jamaica to the PNP? So I'm asking the question, when did they own Jamaica? When did the Jamaica Labour Party own Jamaica? At what point was that will signed to them? The entire country is yours. What can go so?
What can go so?
What can go so?
What can go so?
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
And a lot of the agitation and the lobbying, in fact, one of the leaders was the late George Lee. He later went on to run for the PNP and become the first mayor of Portmore. But I have to tell you, I have never experienced or interviewed citizen representatives who were as determined, as focused, as informed as those citizen representatives from Portmore during those lobbying years. Them did serious. It was also a big thing. It's the only people in Jamaica who were able to vote directly for their mayor, right? And that's something the rest of us don't have. All of the rest of us across Jamaica, we can't vote for our mayor. What happens is that whoever wins, whichever party wins, their councillors get to elect the mayor, get to decide who is the mayor based on whoever is the leader of the winning side in the municipal corporations. That's what they call them now. They used to be parish councils. Would you want to be able to vote directly for your mayor? Because I would, right? And I think everybody should be able to vote directly for the mayor. But this bill making Portmore a parish revokes the charter that was granted to the municipality of Portmore, and that would include the provision for the direct election of a mayor. So the whole Portmore thing.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, she asked a very good question a while ago, and I want the people on TikTok to also participate. Would you want to be able to have the power as a citizen of your municipality to vote for your mayor? Put a yes in the chat if yes, and put a no if no. I want to know from you guys. I want to know. You understand? And for the people here as well, everybody, I want everybody to be honest. Would you love to vote for the all 300 plus of you that's watching me on YouTube? Would you love to have the right, the power, the democratic position to actually vote for the mayor, the individual you would want to represent your parish or your municipality on that level? Yes or no? Whether you're JLP or PNP, yes or no? Be honest. Let's continue.
I would say it was a bit of an experiment in democracy, right? It did lead to deepening of democracy, but yes, the whole municipality thing was new for us. So yes, it was a bit of an experiment. And in those situations, you are going to find that some things work, some things maybe don't work, some things kind of work. And what you're supposed to do, I would think, is to figure out how to make things better, how to make the things that don't work better, and how to make the overall experiment succeed. So what we seem to be doing instead is saying, okay, that's not working, let's turn Portmore into a parish instead. And I know the argument is that, okay, this is not going backwards, this is actually an advance because you're now talking about an entire parish. The problem with it is that it's not being community led in the way that the creation of the municipality was. And that's especially important, I think, given the years of advocacy of the citizens to get to that particular point. Now,
very, very true. I totally agree with Ms. Dionne Jackson Miller. The problem with the Portmore becoming a parish is that they have eliminated what the people have worked for 9 years, just like this. If they turn it into a parish and still maintain those uniqueness about that it's actual people of Portmore voted for, that they fought for, they would not have this much pushback from the government. You think the People's National Party is just going into parliament because they want to make up nice? Is the people actually talking to them in Portmore? I tell you, I have family in Portmore. This is a real issue. This is actually a real issue.
There was a joint select committee of parliament which looked at this issue and which provided a report, and they recommended that Portmore should become a parish. One of the things the report talks about is the number of meetings they had. So they invited written submissions first, and a group of government entities made submissions, some individuals as well, hardly any community groups. Then they said that the committee held 14 meetings and that 2 of those took the form of virtual town hall meetings to directly engage members of the public. So this was during the pandemic, right? They said they had 2 meetings, virtual meetings, to get feedback from the public. You couldn't meet in person at the time. But honestly, this is such a big issue. It's such an important issue. It has national implications as well. There's no way 2 virtual meetings would be able to really gauge the community's reaction on this, as well as really educate people on exactly what it is you're talking about. Sorry, don't say that. The report also makes interesting reading because to me it reads very defensively. It seems to be written backwards. In other words, the decision was already taken. We're going to make Portmore a parish, and then the report is written to justify that. That's how it reads to me. And I'll give you one example. Talk about the issue of a hospital, for instance, a public hospital. Residents of Portmore have been complaining for years that there's no public hospital in Portmore, and critics of the move to create Portmore as a parish have been saying, how you going to name Portmore parish and there's no hospital? So first of all, the report starts out by saying there are no specific legislative requirements as to what features an area has to have to become a parish. Then it looks at some of the different criticisms people have made. So for instance, that issue of the hospital, and the report says that each parish has a type of hospital, whether type C, type B, or type A, but that Portmore doesn't have a hospital. But they said the committee was told that even though there isn't a hospital in Portmore, based on the close proximity of the Spanish Town Hospital, Kingston Public Hospital, University Hospital of the West Indies, no resident of Portmore has to travel for more than 10 miles to access healthcare at a hospital, and that also they have 3 health centers in Portmore: Greater Portmore, Waterford, and Christian Penn Health Centers. In other words, no hospital, no problem. And the report pretty much goes on like that. That's how it deals with all of the issues that are raised by critics. The thrust of the report is...
So ladies and gentlemen, what she's explaining there is that pretty much the way how the JLP constructed the bill was to defend against the concerns of the people. So all the concerns of the people, the position of the JLP is that, we don't have no real concern. Not because they don't have a hospital, we still are going to make it in our parish. Not because you can't vote for who you want to be or choose who you want to be the mayor, we still are going to turn it in our parish. Not because you're going to be the smallest parish in the world or in Jamaica, we still are going to cut those borders of the parish to strengthen other municipalities so we can win the election. Gerrymandering. We don't care. We're barefaced and we're going to do what we want to do. That is exactly what the JLP did. That is exactly what the JLP did. And I'm going to drum this down every chance we get, because we cannot just move past this issue. This is not a 9-day wonder. First it starts with Portmore, then it's going to be another parish. By the time they're done, Jamaica is going to have 100 parishes just for them to win every election they can possibly win. Anytime the people them decide that they're going to move, and they're going to say, alright, so we're done with the JLP. Anytime the garrisons are over with, and them can't use the garrison them to force people to vote for them, because we know the dirty politics in Jamaica. We all know it. Right? These garrisons, you have a Dan, and the Dan make sure say you vote for this party, because this party is the one that runs this garrison. And nobody can talk and nobody can say anything. And them live their life forever voting for somebody that they probably don't even respect, like, or think is the best person to run the country. Government badness. What I think that Andrew Holness campaigned upon. Government badness, Andrew Holness, clocks and everything. Right? He never denounced the song. The song had violent lyrics in it. No disrespect to the artist, but it is what it is. It's more about the Prime Minister than him. The artist is the artist do what him do. But Andrew Holness took on that song, ran with it. But yes, I don't want to lock up Keep Rich. For one dub plate, the hypocrisy and the blatant wickedness and just one-sidedness of this government. This is episode 1 of Surviving Andrew Holness. What must we do? We have to take it to the streets, Jamaican people. Have to. There's no other way. We have to legally protest and demand. The only placard we're supposed to have up in the air is Andrew Holness must resign and Andrew Holness must go. Period. Period.
Help, we hear the
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more.
Michelle, big up. Godson, big up.
We need it. Help. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
And you know, I have to say this periodically and remind people. A lot of people say, oh, so yeah, labor right, yeah, PMP. No. I am a concerned citizen that recognizes that this entire government in a skullduggery. They are not a clean government. All the evidence points to them being skullduggery government. I'm not a PMP. Me say, make my golden coming up on the foolishness. Who know I go hate me? Because I go deal with him wicked out. Yeah, me I tell you, I go depend in case like that. I don't even know ya, man. Brother, I'm tired. I'm tired of foolishness in the country. I'm tired of politics and the dirty politics. I want Jamaica to run good now. I want Jamaica to run clean. I want Jamaica to run nice. Tired of them, bro. Who not tired? But you see, if you're not tired, it's time for action, it's time to do something. Right? Because I know say 70% of Jamaica only now vote. And I know why only now vote because they don't have the same mindset like me at one point. But I'm telling you, the things that this government has signed off on and the direction that they're going with our children, if you sit down and you don't vote right, we're in a trouble. There will be no surviving Andrew Holness. Right? Because who Andrew Holness is working for, the people that he's working for the one world order. And the prophets have spoken about it. And it's not a lie. That's why I'm signing the Samoa agreement. Right? That is why he's doing all the things you see him doing. That's why I'm go on Morning British and say, oh, when it comes out to homosexuality, you know, Jamaica has evolved. Jamaica has evolved. And the church don't have a unified stance on homosexuality. What can go so after, you know, it's such a unique leap from Bruce Golding saying not in my cabinet to Andrew Holness saying no, I don't have a problem with that. Right? Andre Stevenson had a testimony about Everald Warmington. Some type of thing going on his leg. We've all heard the story. Terry Longtongue seems to be suspect. He seems to be very flamboyant. Right? And there's other people in the government who is questionable. Right? But even if they were in the government, then they might live them life. Nothing wrong. Go and live your life. There's nobody now there nothing. Look how much homosexual there at Jamaica. I'm not saying they are homosexuals. I'm saying suspect. Right? Stories have come out there floating. But for the government to want to push this on the people, I think it's terribly wrong. We are not that type of country. We did not grow up on those principles and morals. We are God-fearing people, and God don't rock with this. See? But this government does everything against the status quo. And somebody said this, and it's true. I think it's I believe it's out of the press. She said, give them a little bit of time. And no, not out of the press. Mark Stewart. Mark Stewart said, give this government a little bit of time and see what happens. You see, the pledge that we have, our national pledge, they're going to change it. Because it does not serve the devil. It serves God. They are going to change everything. Everything that is good and pure about this country and our culture. They are going to change everything. If we don't wake up, stand up, get up and do something, I'm telling you, it is over. And they're at a certain level already. Right? They're at a certain level. If this person keeps saying the same thing in my comment section, I'm going to block you. We get it. You support the JLP. You support the party that take money from the government to spread transgenderism in the country. We get it. The $1.5 million that they took from America to spread transgenderism amongst our children, you support that. So keep shouting shower labor right. Keep shouting it. No, I don't have to block them. If he does it again, I'm going to block him or her, whoever it might be. But I noticed that the labor rights, anytime you start to have this conversation, the labor rights have people all over the internet that come and troll your pages, especially on TikTok. I noticed that. I noticed that. You understand? I do notice that. Right? You support a government that is teaching children in school that they are a boy when they are not a girl, and it's okay. That is what you support. That's what you support. You support a government that attacks pastors. Right? You support that. One thing goes with the next, you know. You might be somebody that don't support God or you're against God. But if you are a God-fearing person, you cannot support the labor right. Anybody that is supporting the labor right is supporting the devil agenda. Anybody at all. And I say that without prejudice. I say that without apology. If you support the Jamaica Labour Party, you support a government that actually goes against God. And this is why the Prime Minister can go on an international platform and say the churches, the clergy has evolved. A stable dollar, you mean a dollar that is rising 150, you mean a recession? Nothing that you're saying makes any sense. Nothing that you're saying makes any sense. It's like you're one of the people that they have brainwashed using Obia, like what the pastor said. It's like they have brainwashed your mind and you can't see what we are actually in a recession. The economy has gone down. There's no productivity in agriculture. None whatsoever. There's no productivity period. People can't find food to eat. What are you talking about? What are you seeing in Jamaica that nobody else is seeing? You're definitely not seeing Jamaica in its entirety. I'm telling you, if the youth them were not into scamming, you would see a different Jamaica. A lot of them getting money from those things so them family can survive and them can take care of themselves and them picnic and them mother. And that is not the way for Jamaica to go forward. It's simply not the way. Right? But ladies and gentlemen, for that reaction with Miss Dionne Jackson Miller, I encourage you guys to go and subscribe to her platform and look into what she's saying. With her topics. I love her breakdowns. The only thing I disagree with her is when she said the PMP should not have come out and protest. Something to that effect. I disagree with that. She was like, don't stop making noise, just go to the courts. No. We need visible, documented, open protests, and we need it not to be a one-day wonder. right? Please don't talk about money. And if you have a problem with me talking, remove yourself from my page, because this is my page and this is where I talk. All right? Very good. You know, I need some moderators to start blocking these people, kick them off of my page. Odin, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Claudette, I'm gonna make you a moderator. We need moderators on TikTok because these people are toxic. Block them people for me now. We see talking nonsense in my chat, because I'm not going to tolerate. You don't have no manners. You can't come on my page and tell me that I'm talking too much. You're crazy, man. Kingston Story, big up yourself. Alright, so a one true emperor on YouTube. You can imagine them people that prudence so I go on. Can you imagine these people? They want to. Alright, so let me know what you think about that in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to hit the like button, share the live, don't keep it to yourself.